Welcome to our online English class. In today's class, we are going to learn the continuation of the lesson what we have started in our previous class. The title of the story is Sindbad, My First Voyage. Today, I'll give you a recap of what we have learnt in our previous class. Sindbad, a rich sailor, was narrating the experience of his first voyage to a poor porter named Sindbad. The rich sailor Sindbad said that his father was a rich merchant and Sindbad was a young boy when his father died. Sindbad was left behind with much wealth. As he was a young and inexperienced youth, he doesn't know how to manage his father's wealth. So he spent all his wealth foolishly. Later, he thought he has to earn everything. So he decided to sail for the Persian Gulf with some goods. A group of sailors, they traveled with their goods to different countries. One day when they were traveling, they saw a beautiful small green island. They all got down in that island and they decided to cook something in that island. As they lit fire in the island began to move. They were all very scared. Later they understood it was not an island, actually it was a big sea animal. All the sailors, they ran towards the ship. Some sailors managed to get inside the ship and the captain took the ship. Unfortunately, Sindbad and other few sailors, they jumped into the sea and they were struggling. Sindbad was tossed by the powerful sea waves. He held a wood and he kept floating for a long time in the sea. Later, he was thrown on an island. In that island, Sindbad saw a man. That man took Sindbad to a cave. In that cave, Sindbad saw many men. They were all slaves of the king. They gave him good food and drink. He felt energetic after eating food. Later, he was produced in front of the king Mirjan. Mirjan was the ruler of the island. The king was a noble man and he appointed this Sindbad as an officer. Students, this is where we stopped our previous class. Now, in today's class, let's see what happened to Sindbad in that island. Come on, let's read the continuation of this paragraph in page number 98 together. Soon, I became friendly with the people on the island. There were a number of other small islands nearby. These islands were under King Mirjan too. During my stay, I witnessed a number of remarkable sights. The seawater around the islands contained huge and terrible fishes. A few were 100 times bigger than the largest ship. Once I saw a fish that had a head like a bull. I witnessed many unimaginable wonders. The king was Mirjan, who ruled not only that island, he was ruling many other small islands around this island. Sindbad enjoyed his stay in that island. He witnessed many wonderful sights in the sea. He saw huge fishes bigger than ship. He also once saw a huge fish with the head of a bull. He just enjoyed his stay and witnessed unimaginable sights in that island. Come on, now let's read the next paragraph. Ships from different parts of the world visited the small island kingdom's port regularly. Every day I would ask the visiting sailors about my city, Baghdad, but no one knew about my city. I longed to go back home. Every day many ships came to this king's port. And this Sindbad, he will ask the sailors about his city, Baghdad. He'll ask, do you know the city? But nobody was aware of his city. He was longing to go back to his house. He was staying in this island for a long time, isn't it? So he just wanted to go back to his house. So he used to ask the sailors about his city. Come on, let's see whether he got any information from sailors. One day, when I was standing on the port, I saw a ship approaching the port. It was the same ship which had sailed further after leaving me behind, struggling in the sea. When the captain of the ship saw me, he was greatly surprised to find me alive. He and the other crew members hugged me with happiness. The captain handed over my goods to me, which had been left on the ship. One day, as Sindbad was standing on the port, he saw a ship nearing this port. And it was the same ship which he travelled, and it was the ship which left him on the sea. Seeing him, the captain of the ship and all the crew members, they were very happy. They thought that Sindbad was dead. Seeing him, they all came and they hugged him, and the captain of the ship, he gave all Sindbad's goods back to Sindbad. Now, let's continue reading. Among my goods, I chose a few valuable items and presented those to the kind king. In return, the king gave me expensive presents. The ship stayed on the island for a few days. Meanwhile, I did good business and earned a lot of money. When it was time to leave, I went to meet the king. I thanked the king for his kindness and all the favors he had done to me. The king again gave me many valuable farewell gifts. Finally, I returned to my city Baghdad as a rich man. Sindbad chose some expensive valuable items from his goods and he presented it to the king. In return, the king also gave him valuable gifts. The ship stayed in that port for a few more days. Meanwhile, Sindbad did a good business and he earned much money in that island. Let's continue reading now. When it was time to leave, I went to meet the king. I thanked the king for his kindness and all the favors he had done to me. The king again gave me many valuable farewell gifts. Finally, I returned to my city Baghdad as a rich man. When it was time to leave, Sindbad went to the king to bid farewell. The king gave him many more farewell gifts. Sindbad was very happy and he came back to his city. When he came back, now he was a very rich man. Now let's read the last and final paragraph. Come on. Sindbad completed the tale of his first voyage. The poor porter Sindbad was listening to the amazing tale of Sindbad with all wonder. Sindbad the sailor then bade goodbye to the poor porter and asked him to come the next day to hear the tale of his new voyage. But before leaving, he presented Sindbad a purse full of gold coins. The unexpected riches overjoyed Sindbad the porter. He thanked his rich host and went home. Sindbad narrated his first voyage story to this poor Sindbad porter. This poor porter was astonished to hear his story. Then this rich Sindbad asked this poor Sindbad to come the next day, and he said goodbye. And he gave a purse full of gold coins to this porter Sindbad. The porter Sindbad was very happy because he has received unexpected richness, isn't it? He thanked the rich man and he went home. This is where the story ends. So, in this story, we could understand how a sailor's life will be. It's unpredictable. We can't predict dangers. We can't predict luck. Like this rich Sindbad, he has faced many miserable things in his life, but towards the end of his first voyage, he became a very, very rich man. Dear students, I hope you all enjoyed this story. To check your understanding, homework is given on the board. Kindly complete your homework on time and send it to your teacher without fail. With this note, I am winding up today's class. I meet you all in my next class. Until then, it's bye from Diva ma'am.